Good morning, DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. The Voice of the Philippines proudly presents Piracy Watch with attorney Sarah Jane Sugitan, exploring the concepts of intellectual property rights and protection, teaching you how to protect what you create. And now, here's your host, Sarah Jane Sugitan.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to RJAM, the Voice of the Philippines. You're on the one and only radio show talking about intellectual property rights, meaning your copyrights, your trademarks, or your patents. This morning, we're going to have two guests from the Filipino International Franchise Association to talk to you about the importance of trademark registration for franchises. But before that, let's have some news from the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. The Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, in cooperation with the International Intellectual Property Institute and the United States Patent and Trademark Office, will hold a forum on innovation opportunities in the Philippines on Friday, March 11 at the Makati Shangri-La Hotel. The event will also be an opportunity for IPO Phil to ink partnerships with the Department of Science and Technology, Ateneo de Manila University, Adamson University, and the Don Bosco Technical College on the hosting of patent libraries within their institutions. Ayan. On March 7 and 9, the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines, again with the support of the UN-funded World Intellectual Property Office, will be going to Cebu to conduct patent drafting seminars for their ITSO, or Information Technology Service Offices. All right, 20 universities will start training to open patent libraries this November, including UP Manila, UST, Ateneo, Adamson, Mapua, UP Cebu, University of San Carlos, University of San Jose, Cebu Institute of Technology, and the Chamber of Commerce from Cebu. Delegates all over will be attending the Madrid workshop sponsored by the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines and the World IPO on March 9 and 10 at the New World Hotel. The Madrid Protocol will make things easier for all of us business owners and trademark registrants in making protection global. All right, for the question of the week sent to us from Janice Mendoza of Dagupan City. Dear IPOPhil, I am a co-author of a short story which I published in our school's literary folio. I want to republish the work. Do I need to ask permission from my co-author and the literary folio? Okay, this segment is being brought to us by the Filipinas Copyright Licensing Society, or PhilCols. And we have the answer from attorneys Mark D. and Louis Calvario of IPOPhil. Basically, the question is, do you need permission to republish? From the literary folio, no need, unless, there's always an exception, there was an agreement to publish the work with them exclusively. But from your co-author, yes, you need permission to republish, as you cannot act alone in having your work republished unless you are able to separate your contribution from your co-author, in which case you may publish your part of the work without her permission. All right, going back to our guests this morning, we have Margarita Chua Nakwa from the Filipino International Franchise Association. Good morning, Miss Marge.
Good morning.
Yes, and Miss Lita Agustin, also from FIFA. Good morning, Miss Lita.
Good morning.
All right, so this morning we're going to talk about basically franchising and how important it is for any franchise owner to have their brands protected as trademarks. Ito po bang FIFA, is this registered as a trademark?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's already a registered trademark, and it's an association of member companies. You have it's like an umbrella organization.
Yes, we're a franchise association. Mm-hmm. So we have like more than 300 franchises, a combination of franchisors and franchises all over the Philippines.
All over the Philippines.
Yes.
So 300. They are under the Filipino International Franchise Association.
Yes.
They join as members.
Yes.
More or less.
Mm-hmm.
And in exchange for the membership, what benefits do they get from FIFA, Miss Lita?
They could use the FIFA logo in their marketing collaterals, like in their information kits, and they could be included in the directory listings, which is mostly visited by more than 100,000
More than 100,000
visitors,
okay.
which is
you get more than 100,000 hits on the website. from the... Kailan po ba nag-start tong franchising na to? I mean, I know there's been like franchising forever, pero when do you think this started to boom in the country?
Okay. When it comes, because we have this two company, the FIFA and the RK Franchise Consultancy. Actually, RK Franchise Consultancy started like way back 1995. We are Cebu-based at the time. We are only promoting the international.
International,
We're
meaning
bringing companies from abroad for master franchise here in the Philippines.
So that's how it started.
Yes.
So brands were imported into the Philippines and then they started multiplying from there on.
Yes, the international franchise companies. And then until time na dumating yung time na parang open-minded na the Filipinos to expand their business into a franchise system. That was like 1998. So parang open-minded na sila na it's possible pala the local business here in the Philippines can be a franchise company.
Okay. So what brands were the first, what Filipino brands po yung naunang maging franchise?
Yes. Yung sa client namin based on our client, the first one was Thirsty, Boss Coffee. That's more on Cebu base because we're from Cebu base that time. Then that's why the reason we move in here in Manila because most of our client comes from Manila na. So
but you still maintain your Cebu office along with your Manila office?
Yes, we have Cebu office, we have Mindanao, we have Davao.
But you're not the only franchising association. I
No,
mean,
we're
right
not.
now, franchising is such a huge business. And ang dami-dami ng Filipino brands, not just the international brands being franchised locally, but also Filipino brands being... Are there Filipino brands being franchised abroad?
Yes.
Meron din po. Ano po mga examples na
like
brand?
Mocha Blends, Jerry's Grill, Rai Rai Can, Cravings, Coffee Beanery, marami na ding mga...
Sa mga members niyo po, sino po yung mga... Members niyo po sila?
Members namin yung lahat.
Sila. Okay.
Meron ding hindi namin members that they have already outlet also. They have also franchise na abroad.
So they have branched out. I mean, but of course, before you start thinking of franchising, for example, I'm a brand, I'm building it up. It also takes time, di po ba? Para dun sa negosyo na yun, dun sa pangalan na yun, to be worthy of a franchise or being franchised. So, in your experience, how long does that take? And what does it take to make a brand or a trademark franchisable?
Okay. First, before you can expand your business into franchise, you should be in operation for a year. Like, you can pass through all the trial and error stage na. And then, of course, make sure that you have a trademark.
Yes.
Because,
Meron po bang businesses that start without a trademark, without a brand?
Before marami.
Meron.
Because before, confused ang businessman. Kala nila DTI is same with the trademark.
Yes, exactly. That's why we're having this show. We want everyone to know that you have to register your brand names as trademarks, as intellectual property. Otherwise, you'll get pirated. You won't have protection. Di po ba, basically?
That's the reason why we are really active in putting up the association so that we can help also this businessman who wants to expand into franchise, but they don't have this trademark. That's one of the services of our association to apply or to secure trademark for not for RK clients but any company, not only those franchise companies. Kahit hindi franchise company, kailangan pa rin nilang magpa-trademark.
In your experience, Ms. Lita, what do you think is the problem? How come business owners don't register their trademarks? I mean, their brands as trademarks.
Siguro one is because of their ignorance.
Definitely.
Lack of information.
Lack of information.
They don't know that it's a separate registration altogether. Kasi the DTI, it's mandatory.
Yes.
Pero the brand, the trademark protection, comes only from the IPO, the Intellectual Property Office. And the IPO po acts as a land, I call it parang register of deeds. Yun, instead of land, nire-register niya intellectual property.
Yes.
So brands and patents, trademarks and patents. Meron kang titulo saying that is owned by you, diba? By the business owner. And then, that's what you use in order to shield or protect your brand from piracy.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's this show, Piracy Watch. So, it's very good that we have the Filipino International Franchise Association to discuss, from the end user, from the business perspective, how important it is to register your trademarks, diba? So,
Yes.
ano pa po yung benefits na ibinibigay ninyo sa mga member associations?
The services or the benefits that we give to our members is one is to apply trademark for them. Then of course, we mediate also franchise or franchisee. Kasi sometimes you cannot really tell na perfect ang relationship ng or meron din ganyan pero hindi naman talagang worst, pero kailangan din minsan na merong mediate for them. So that's one of our services also. Then we organize a franchise show, Visayas and Mindanao. We concentrate Visayas and Mindanao because here in Manila, in Luzon, there's a lot of organizers already.
Yeah, for
so
franchising and
they're not into going to Visayas and Mindanao. So we concentrate Visayas and Mindanao. We join, we organize shows so that our clients, or not only our members or our clients, they can also bring in or promote their concept to the Visayas and Mindanao
So
area.
I mean, during these shows that you organize or your events, you can have businesses that want to franchise. You connect them with the proper people.
Yes.
So, meron na po kayong na-experience na gano'n na you have connected people in order to expand their businesses?
Yes.
Through their shows.
Marami na.
So, marami na. So, yun. So, again, how is it different from, because you gave me two company profiles. One is, of course, the Filipino International Franchise Association and also RK Franchise Consultancy.
Yes, RK Franchise Consultants is a franchise consultant. What we do is we develop existing business into a franchise system. Then after developing the existing business into a franchise system, we do also marketing in terms of looking for potential investors.
Pero, I mean, do you test? I mean, before you accept a member into the Philippine International Franchise Association, do you have criteria, for example, for choosing whether a business can be an international Filipino franchise, for example?
To become a member?
Yes, to make it.
Actually, we have this requirement to be parang we can say, oh, sige, pwede, you can be our member. We will not like just, oh, sige, as long as, you're a franchise, you can be member. No, we have criteria. You should have trademark. You should have this.
But if they don't,
we ask them to
you ask them. So you help them, you facilitate the trademark application.
We want to promote only those legal franchise or legal
bang
business.
Instances na copycats din? Or?
Marami. Actually, we have this partnership with DTI. We're the one doing that, right? Because marami ng complaints sa DTI. Yung maraming mga franchise scam, tinatawag nila.
Franchise scam.
Oo.
Miss Lita, what's your experience on this, yung franchise scam? Or I mean, at least, what is your agreement with DTI on behalf of FIFA?
Yeah. In fact, though, ang DTI issued a bureau order advisory on due diligence to be undertaken by a prospective franchisee. No, nag-issue ang director ng DTI in which spread namin yung news sa lahat ng clients namin, and aside from that, i-feature din namin yan dun sa soon to be launched namin na Franchising PH magazine. This is to enable franchise business franchise buyers para ma-guide sila from the
scams. I mean, there are fakes.
Yes,
Kasi hindi po biro na mahal din mag-franchise. I mean, you need to have the capital. But the good thing I think about, I mean, my view about franchising is, for example, I don't want to build a business from scratch. Meaning, I don't want to go through of course, the investment, not only in capital, but in research and testing the market, whether my brand and my products will be, kumbaga, marketable or something na magkiklik, diba? I don't want to go through that experience. I go directly to a franchise. I mean, to a brand that I'm sure tried and tested na. And I just put up I go into partnership, I buy the franchise, I mean, for a particular location, and then I set it up, diba? Sure na ako, more or less, I'm guaranteed. I have the feeling na this is going to sell. So, it's a shortcut for those who have capital but don't want to go through the hassle of building up a brand.
Yes.
Diba? So, I think that's an advantage. It's something that franchising addresses, diba?
Yes,
Yung needs ng mga ating potential business owners out there who want to cut through that experience and just have a brand that sells.
Yes, and then you have franchisor who will guide you if you have problems along the way within the franchise term.
But the franchisor also has to be taught kasi, I mean, for example, first time din niya na his or her brand will have a branch, diba? I mean, will be bought by someone to operate in another location, diba? So, not all of them are first time. Most of them are also first time franchisors. Not necessarily.
Franchisee or franchisor?
Yung franchisor, that's the one
The
buying
franchisor, the franchisor